Many Democrats in North Carolina have remained silent on the issue of supporting law enforcement. But as the age-old saying goes, you judge a man by his actions. Well, this week we are going to go over the actions of North Carolina Democrats when it comes to law enforcement. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome to The Rundown with Zinga. I'm your host, Zinga. Now, we've known since forever that Democrats are on the side of defunding the police or reallocating funds from the police or whatever it is they want to call it. In states like North Carolina, Democrats have to be secretly radical. They can't come out as radical all at once or it'll scare the crap out of moderate voters in this state. We'll just go ahead and call them closeted radicals. So with that being said, we really can't trust what they have to say or don't say on national issues like defund the police. And that's because they will say one thing and do another every single time. For instance, Democrats in North Carolina right now will either say that they are against defunding the police or stay silent on the issue altogether until they're pushed a little bit. For example, Democrat candidate Cal Cunningham says he is against defunding the police, although he is in favor of certain types of reallocation. But ultimately, he says he does support law enforcement. He kind of implies that defunding the police is a radical position to take, which is true. But the other day, during a debate with Thom Tillis, Cal Cunningham smiled, more like snickered a little bit, when Thom Tillis mentioned the two cops who were ambushed in Compton. Just as a reminder, one of the cops was a mother who was shot in the jaw and the arm. The other was a 24-year-old man who was shot in the forehead, the arm, and the hand. Kind of gruesome. And to all of that, this was Cal Cunningham's reaction when Thom Tillis mentioned this incident.
Cal Cunningham tweeted, "I join you in the fight." And now this has gotten out of control. You saw the reports of the two shootings in Los Angeles over the weekend. Two people ambushed by somebody. These protests.
So Cal Cunningham is running to be a major leader in this state and in this country. And I gotta say, that reaction was really inappropriate. For a man that says he respects and honors law enforcement, that reaction was a little questionable. He's definitely got a funny way of showing respect. But what can we expect from a man that in one day says he supports law enforcement and in the next day support legislation that'll make it easier for individuals to sue police officers? Judge a man by his actions. But Cal Cunningham is not the only hypocrite on this issue. There are several Democrat incumbents and candidates who signed a pledge created by a group called Future Now Fund. Future Now Fund is working towards a goal which they call America's Goals. And that list of goals includes reallocating funds from law enforcement. 30 House Democrats and dozens of candidates who either are running now or ran in 2018 have signed this Future Now Fund pledge. Speaker of the House Tim Moore called out these Democrats in a press conference earlier this week. A reporter during that press conference mentioned to Speaker Moore that that pledge was 2 years old. He countered by explaining that the pledge had names on it of candidates who are running now for seats in 2020. He also offered that Democrats have a couple of options. They can denounce the pledge and stand by law enforcement, or they can keep their mouths shut and remain silent. Here's the thing, the pledge doesn't actually say the words defund the police, but it does specifically mention reallocating funds from law enforcement. It's literally the same thing. I mean, let's face it, Democrats are playing word games because they got caught. But get this, what got these Democrats to align with Future Now Fund was not their sunny disposition. In reality, it was a $100,000 deal that got these Democrats to sign that pledge. Future Now Fund gave the max of $5,400 to 11 Democrats who are running for state house positions. And those Democrats are Nicole Quick, Joe Sam Queen, Christy Clark, Ray Russell, Sidney Batch, Brian Farkas, Kimberly Hardy, Ricky Hurtado, Francis Jackson, Dan Bessie, and Amy Steele. As to be expected, you follow the money and you will see where people's loyalties actually lie. Are we really going to elect people that are more interested in getting elected than they are about the public safety? Hey, listen, here's another age-old saying. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them. Well, that's it for the rundown, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I'll see you next week.